You know that feeling when you walk into a massive, state-of-the-art conference room and you just plug one single cable into your laptop and suddenly, like, the projector drops, the lights adjust, and the camera at the back of the room just perfectly frames your face. I mean, it really feels like magic.
It totally does, yeah. But it's really just this highly orchestrated data traffic management happening, right behind the drywall.
Right, which makes it all the more frustrating when you realize a standard $30 laptop hub just can't do any of that. So today, we're doing a deep dive into a product spec sheet from HDTV Supply for the device actually pulling off that illusion.
Yeah, the Atlona AT-OME-MS42-HDBT.
Exactly. And our mission for you today is to decode why this specific piece of equipment is, like, the secret, invisible, brain-powering modern collaboration spaces. So, okay, let's unpack this, because I have to admit, I looked at the price tag.
Yeah, $2,000 is a bit of a...
It's $2,000.
Hey.
Why does a 4x2 matrix switcher cost $2,000 when a regular USB hub is $30?
Like, is it really doing anything my laptop can't do? Well, I mean, it's a totally fair question, but comparing this to a standard hub is... it's like comparing a basic extension cord to a whole international shipping port. A hub really just gives you more plugs.
Right, just power and basic data.
Yeah, whereas this Atlona device is more like an ultra-efficient traffic cop for your digital workspace. It's actively translating completely different tech standards, video, audio, network data, and routing them simultaneously without lag.
Wait, simultaneously, like all at once?
Exactly. It's pushing 4K video at 60 frames per second with 4.4.4 chroma sampling at like 18 gigabits per second.
Okay, hold on. Let's ground that chroma sampling term for a second. That basically means zero color compression, right?
Yeah, exactly. Zero compression.
So if I'm, presenting a really complex financial spreadsheet, that tiny red and blue text isn't going to look all blurry or bled out on a massive projector.
Spot on. And while it's preserving that perfect image, it's also juggling the multi-channel audio and control signals at the exact same time. It effortlessly bridges all these different standards.
Wow. Which I guess brings up the physical reality of where all this data actually has to go.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you look at standard specs, a typical HDMI cable tops out at maybe 15 feet before the signal just completely falls apart.
Yeah, and in a modern university lecture hall or a big boardroom, 15 feet barely gets you from the podium to the front row. It's a huge headache for AV designers.
Right, but the standout spec here is that this Atlona box extends that 4K video plus USB and Ethernet up to 330 feet.
Or 100 meters, yeah.
Over standard category cable, like a cheap Ethernet-style cable. How is it not losing all that heavy 4K data over that kind of distance?
Well, what's fascinating here is how it actually achieves that using HD-based technology. It solves that massive real-world problem of just linking everything together.
Also.
So instead of sending delicate native video signals that, degrade rapidly over distance, HDBaseT repackages the video, audio, and USB data into network packets.
Okay, so they're protected, kind of.
Exactly. Those packets can safely ride along cheap, twisted pair copper wire for hundreds of feet without losing a single pixel. So you can seamlessly link remote USB devices like high-end cameras or mics at the back of a room to up to 4 host PCs.
Oh, wow. So it just collapses all that remote complexity into one invisible pathway. You're not like tripping over giant bundles of cables running across the floor anymore.
Right. It's completely seamless.
And it's doing all of this while keeping your laptop alive, pumping out 60 watts of charging power through the USB-C port, which is great. But it's not just blindly sending power, is it?
No, not at all.
Because it seems to be actively monitoring that physical connection to automate the room. The spec sheet calls this automatic display control. So what does this all mean?
Well, it means removing the biggest variable in any AV setup, which is human error. The device uses this mechanism called a 5-volt hot plug detect, or HPD.
Okay, HPD. How does that work in practice?
Basically, when you plug in your laptop, the Atlona instantly feels that 5-volt signal change on the wire. It detects the voltage.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
So just by feeling the 5-volt pulse from my laptop's USB port, it sends a command to wake up the projector? Like, I don't even need a separate remote control.
You don't need a remote, and you don't even need to touch a wall panel. It just automatically triggers the room's displays to power on.
That is wild.
And crucially, when your presentation is over and you unplug, that voltage drops. The switcher senses that and forces the displays to power off.
Oh, man. That completely eliminates that classic who left the expensive projector bulb burning all weekend problem.
Ah.
I've definitely been there.
We all have. And looking at the broader context, this eliminates the need to buy and program an expensive separate control system just to turn the room on and off.
Right, because the room manages itself.
Exactly. It provides massive ROI and huge energy savings from that guaranteed shutdown.
That makes total sense. So for you listening, the next time you walk into a boardroom, plug in your laptop, and the room just magically wakes up and works flawlessly.
Remember, it's not magic.
Right. It's because an invisible heavy lifter like this Atlona switcher is doing all that work behind the wall, just actively translating and routing your data.
Doing all the heavy technical lifting so you don't even have to think about it for a second.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it does leave you wondering, right? I mean, if our meeting rooms are already using active voltage detection to automatically react to our physical devices today, how long until these environments begin anticipating our specific collaboration needs before we even plug a cable in?